Joining me now from London is David Otto, an analyst on African affairs. David, thanks for joining us on the programme. So France has been ousted from Burkina Faso, Mali and now Niger. Is this a sign of France's diminishing powers or limited authority in the region?
Well, I think this is going to be a heartbreak for the French. They saw Niger as the last bastion. The French president even described it as the heart of the French military operations in the Sahel. Now, of course, the French had no choice but to pull away their troops. Of course, the agreement between the French and the Niger Republic had expired in August, and the Nigerian junta had asked them to leave. French insisted that they would rely on the agreement that they signed with the democratically elected president, Bazoum. So I think the signs were written very clearly on the wall. The French did not want to place the ambassador in a very tight situation. But now, yes, the French are out of Niger. They'll pull out, as they say. I'm sure the ambassador has already left with his team. And this is a bad sign for the French former colonies in Africa, that the French is losing them at breakneck speed.
So you said writing is on the wall. So after weeks of pressure, do you really think that France had no option but to withdraw from Niger?
Well, the French had no option. The people of Niger had rallied heavily behind the military junta, and this was made worse by the recent signing of the Liptako-Goma alliance between Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Effectively, it meant the total collapse of the G5 Sahel, which, of course, will have an impact on the multinational joint task force. But also, I think, the French realized that ECOWAS is no longer going to carry out any military intervention because of the appetite for no war in that part of the region. I think another aspect which may have pushed the French to concede was the fact that the United States was now carrying out business as usual. It refused to consider this a coup, and of course is now doing business with the military junta. But I think Emmanuel Macron may have realized, the president, that the former deposed president of Niger, President Mohamed Bazoum, had no chance of coming back to power. And they effectively thought, well, this is the last option that we have, and they had to pull out. So it was a safe face. The French said they did it on the basis of their own decision. But effectively, I think the pressure was too much and the French had to give in.
OK, and France wants a peaceful withdrawal. Is that expected, David?
Well, that's what the French want. But I'm sure they also want a peaceful withdrawal. They've been asking the French to leave for some time now. Whether this is going to be peaceful, how they're going to work with the junta, they do not recognize. Well, the president said we would work with them because they are the only option. So let's see if this is going to be a peaceful withdrawal and what the terms of that withdrawal would be. It's going to be a very difficult one, but the French have to be able to adapt to the new anti-French sentiments. If they live in bitterness, I think it will have a significant impact on their other colonies or former colonies that they continue to have influence over. So they have to be very strategic how they sabotage with the military junta in Niger, because they will be reminded so in other countries that they still have influence within.
OK, David Otto, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you for your analysis on Niger.